It has been 270 days since I started investing $5 a day into the stock market as part of a 52-week investment challenge. At the beginning of the year, I started this challenge with two goals in mind. One was to see how making small contributions every single day can grow over a 52-week period. And secondly, to get you off of the sidelines and into the market so you can begin to start building wealth. This will allow us to put us in a position where we're making money even when we sleep, because in my opinion, that's the real flex. See, I look at every dollar that I invest as little employees that I then get to deploy to go out and make me even more money. And that's how I view investing. And as you continue to work to build out your investment portfolio, you can utilize the money that you make in the market in several different ways. So for example, you can use your portfolio as your savings account, which is exactly what I do in my main account that I invest in every single week. I have a certain amount of money that I keep in a standard savings account, and anything above and beyond that, I'm making sure that that's invested into the market. And secondly, you can build out your investment portfolio, and then you can take any gains from that account and you can invest that in other places. You can invest that in real estate, or you can invest it in starting a business. You could also continue to invest in your account over a long period of time, especially if you're planning to supplement any retirement income that you may have from a 401k or a Roth IRA. I'm not depending on Social Security or the federal government to take care of me when I'm no longer able to work. So I'm taking actionable steps right now to ensure that I will be able to supplement any retirement income when I'm no longer able to work. Now, if you've been investing with me since the beginning of the year, or you've just been watching the market in general, then you know that the market has been on an upward trend since the beginning of the year. And in fact, the S&P 500 is up almost 22% on the year. And since I'm investing in VOO, this is the index that I'm watching as part of this investment challenge. Now, before going in and checking out how my portfolio has performed over the last 30 days, as well as how it's performed since the beginning of the year, I wanted to make sure that I mentioned the following. It has been 9 months since I started investing in the market, but I definitely want to make sure that I mention that the market is only open Monday through Fridays, and it is closed on US holidays. I have received a few comments in some of my previous videos, and I just wanted to make sure that I cleared that up, that this is a 9-month update, which equates to roughly around 270 days. But I want to make sure that I mention that we are only investing Monday through Friday and obviously not on any US holidays. I also want to mention that I am investing in VOO, which tracks the S&P 500 as part of this investment challenge. Now, if you're looking to jump in this investment challenge, you don't have to invest in the S&P 500. In fact, I will put a ETF database down in the description. So if you are looking to jump into the challenge, or if you're already in the challenge, but you're looking to invest in something other than the S&P 500 or VOO, then you can take a look at that database and select what will work best for you. I also wanted to mention that I'm using Webull as part of this investment challenge. And the reason that I'm using Webull is because I can buy fractional shares of ETFs in Webull. Now, I know that there are several other brokerages that allow you to do that, but I'm using Webull because I like the interface and it's easy to use. If you're interested in using Webull as part of this challenge, I'll leave a link in the description below that will take you straight to the Webull site so you can get started. And lastly, I wanted to mention that any of the returns that I mentioned in my 30-day update and my year-to-date update are based on the money-weighted rated return, which is what Webull uses as part of their platform. All right, so let's jump in and take a look at how my portfolio has performed over the last 30 days. All right, so right here is the home page to my Webull account. And like I've done in my previous videos, I will mention that I'm going to be showing you my account in real time instead of just putting up screenshots on the screen here. I'm going to be going through my portfolio so you can see in real time what my returns look like as part of this challenge. So if you take a look at the homepage here, you'll see that I have a net account balance of $1,116.19. And then if you look to the bottom of the screen here, you'll see that I have $1,091.18 invested in VOO. It's the only thing I'm investing in as part of this challenge, and that is what's shown on the screen below. And then if you look to the top, you'll see that the difference between the $1,116 that I have in my account and what I have invested in VOO, it's simply I have $25 in this account that has not been invested as part of this challenge, but it will be by the end of this upcoming week. All right, so let's go ahead and check out the P&L over the last 30 days. All right, if you take a look at the top of the screen here, you'll see that my portfolio is up $34.74. And if you take a look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see that my account is up 3.53% over the last 30 days, which is the green line on the graph below. And if you take a look at the orange line, which represents the S&P 500, then you'll see that my portfolio is pretty much tracking with the S&P 500, which makes sense because VOO tracks the S&P 500. Now let's flip over and let's take a look how my portfolio has done since the beginning of the year. All right, so if you take a look at the top of the screen here, you will see that my portfolio is up $108.08 on the year. And if we scroll down to the bottom here, you'll see that my portfolio year to date is up 120%. Now, if you take a look at the graph below here, you'll see that the S&P 500 is the orange line, and you will also see that my portfolio is represented as the green line on the chart below. And again, I just want to make sure that the percentages that I'm communicating as part of the challenge here are based on the money weighted rate of return. And that is the formula that Webull utilizes to illustrate your returns within their app. So if you have Webull and you go into your P&L tab, you will see that any of the returns that they have within that app are shown based off of the money weighted rate of return. All right, now that we've seen how my portfolio has performed over the last 30 days, as well as how it's performed since the beginning of the year, I now want to go over a few lessons learned. Number one, if you're investing as part of this challenge, my suggestion would be for you to go into your account and set it up to actually invest on your behalf every single day. Now, I mentioned this in a previous update that I went into my account and I set it up to purchase shares of VOO for me every single day. And what that has done is it's taken the burden off of my shoulders to actually go in and physically make that $5 purchase every single day. And it gives me that set it and forget it type vibe. So now I'm really only checking my portfolio probably 10 to 15 minutes before I record these videos and I share my portfolio and how it's performed with you guys, because I want to make sure that I'm doing this in real time. Number two, if you are not investing in the stock market, especially in 2024, then you're missing out. The market has continued to trend to the upside since the beginning of the year, with many companies hitting all-time highs. So if you're sitting on the sidelines and you're not actively in the market, then you're missing out on some tremendous movement to the upside. And lastly, I've been considering investing $5 a day into an additional index fund. The one that I've been thinking about is VTI. I like VTI because that index fund gives me exposure to every single US company that's listed on the stock market. What do you guys think, and what would you recommend? Leave a comment down below and let me know whether or not you are investing in this challenge with me, and if so, what are you investing in and how long you've been investing in this challenge. If you haven't started investing and you're looking to jump into this 52-week investment challenge, make sure to check out the next video.